much for joining me this morning for Monday Morning Coffee with Christine. Read, watch, and listen. I am here again this morning at Pop 54 Art Gallery, Chris Henderson's beautifully curated place of beautiful art by some amazing artists in Valley View Mall in Dallas. I totally suggest that you stop by if you get a chance. And I'm here this morning with a new read, watch, and listen recommendation for you. First for my read, A List of Things That Didn't Kill Me by Jason Schmidt. Kind of a catchy title, you gotta admit. Wow, did this guy get raw. He told stories that would make your skin crawl. Really crazy childhood. And as you already know about me, I am such a student of resilience. I love stories about people who had really, really tough beginnings and overcame it to become something special. His father was a heroin addict, and as far as I'm concerned, he did the worst thing that you can do to a child. He beat him physically, and that's not the worst thing. He tried to convince him it never happened. I believe that our intuition is one of the biggest gifts that we have. I think that we're born, we come into this world with crazy amounts of connection to the other side, that we get all kinds of help. And I think as we get older, it's just layered on and layered on and layered on to stop believing that and to pay more attention to physical things. And when you teach a child that what they believe and know to be true that actually happened is a lie, the ability to listen to your intuition ever disappears. I think that was one of the worst disservices that he did to this child, who's author of the book. Another thing that was really interesting, when you're a child and you don't get love and affection, love from any source becomes something that you seek. He tells about how he grew up in a neighborhood with gay people because his father was gay, and as he started dressing nicer as a teenager, he started getting attention from these men. And while he himself wasn't gay, the attention from anyone was so important to him that he welcomed it. Really poignant story. Highly recommend it. A List of Things That Didn't Kill Me. And now for my recommendation for a movie this week, Love and Mercy. What a title. I never would have even gone to see this movie if two of my favorite people, Scott and Kelly Bradley, hadn't insisted that I go, so I did. It's the story of Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys. I was never a huge Beach Boys fan. Sure, I liked California Girls, but they all kind of sound the same. I thought that since the songs were so simple, that they were kind of simple-minded people. Wow, no. Brian Wilson was one of our greatest musical geniuses, I believe. I think he brought stuff to the table and made people think, made really, really talented musicians think in ways they had never thought of before, and they lauded him for that. But people kept trying to control him. It's a great story of power gone bad and of how we really, as a culture, have a responsibility to look out for our creative, sensitive souls and make sure that they're protected and that they're able to give us what we need, which is what comes through them. It's Love and Mercy. It's about Brian Wilson, and it's amazing. Okay, and now I'm going to tell you about my listen. It is the song 17 by Janis Ian. Yeah, I know, it's really old, and I hadn't heard it in a really long time, and I heard it recently, and it's amazing to me how many old songs that I hear now. Sometimes I actually used to sing every word to them and didn't even really know what I was singing. This story is such a beautiful tale of what it's like when you don't look like the 1% of the people that are on the front of all of the magazines. That's right. That means 99% of us don't look like those people. Yet we're all made to feel like we should. She wrote this story about how she feels like an ugly duckling and how hard it is to live in a world when everyone thinks you should look like a magazine cover. It's really sad but sweet, and I think that all teenagers can relate to it. It's 17 by Janis Ian. If you've never heard it, listen to it, buy it, download it, and that's it. I will see you guys next week.